dragons, the news we crave. Under neon lights we take a stand. Knights and wizards across the land.
Happy holidays, my friends. It's your boy, the OGGM, broadcasting live from Site B, located in the mythical town of Fresno, Nevada, which does not exist. It's about 9:30 in the morning here at Site B. It's Tuesday. The storm has ended. The sky is blue. The sun is out. I feel 100 times better, but I'm still very sleepy. Thank you to Eclectic Goat for doing a wonderful review of my product yesterday. That was really amazing. The link is in the description on the site. As promised, we're looking at Heroes Unlimited again, because we're going through every game I own again, because I have nothing else to review but games I've already reviewed. Now, if you've been a fan of my nonsense for a little bit, you know my feelings for this game. I have a very specific love-hate relationship with Paladium and Heroes Unlimited in general. This is as close to as a perfect role-playing superhero game as I've ever found, if it wasn't such a fucking mess. The editing is just all over the place. It's non-linear. There's just too much words. It's just too much information. It's just so overblown and unnecessary. It's one good editing, one good playtest away from being perfect. As it is, it's in my top 5. It always has a special mention, not because on its own it's good. The system has potential, but it's overstimulating. There's just so much. I mean, this is like 200 some odd pages. The character creation system is just divided across the thing. It's just a mess. It is just a non-linear mess. It is just a beautiful disaster that I absolutely love and absolutely find totally frustrating. That said, there is one thing that makes this game stand out amongst all the other superhero games. There's one thing about this game that has inspired me more than any other game to the way I present my product now, which is as much information as possible, except I use references instead of giving you all the information. But the reason why I invest so much energy in researching was inspired by Heroes Unlimited, because you go through Heroes Unlimited and you just see all the detail, all the research, all the lore, all the speculative fiction, and you're like, wow, I could use this. I could use this. You know, there's stuff in here I could use for any game, even if I never used Heroes Unlimited. So let's just give you some examples of what I'm talking about if you have never seen me go through this game before. So this is why I hate the game. Just too much. Just, oh my God, this has got to be the longest character creation system of any game ever. Just so much wasted space, just so much word vomits. Just almost too much. As much as I love the amount of research and the amount of thought they give into it, this is just, yeah, look at this, is just too much, guys. I love you. I love this game. It's one of my favorite, but it's a mess. We're still just a bloody blah. It's also a very easy game to break. There are a lot of loopholes that you can abuse in this system, especially if you have the other Palladium books too, because there's nothing that says you can't use this game with Heroes Unlimited and Ninjas and Super Spies and the other modern day ones. Just still in this mess of a section. It's like, oh God, I think we're at the 200s now. No, there's just so much, and much of it is really, really good. A lot of thought has been put into it. There's just so much information that you could just cut out of here and use for another game. Any question you could ever have, I could usually find the answer for. This is usually the first place I go. If somebody says, well, can I do this? I was like, well, I don't know. All right, so here's just the section on aliens. And there's a lot of thought given to the different environments and stuff like that, plus a comic book, but this is not the one I'm looking for. This is the one we're looking for. So here's just the first example of how much amazing research and information they put in this game. Maybe too much. All right. So yeah, just look at this. Look at all this thought that went into all the potential options for making a cyborg character. And you get these pictures, you get these detailed overlays that you would find in a scientific journal. This looks like it was done professionally. I mean, just the way it's written up. Every question you could ever have answer. Almost to the point of too much information, but yeah, just look at that. And then the other reason why I love this game, if you are a fan of superhero role-playing games like I am, you know that when they get to the section on powers, the description of what the powers can do are pretty much bare. Oh my God, just so much wasted space. But, so much thought too. It's like, look how much thought. If I ever wanted to play this kind of character, everything I need to know is right there. But is it too much? Is it wasted space? Is it 7 words where 5 words would do? I mean, look how hard it is for me to find what I'm looking for. Come on, guys. It's just we're still in character. We haven't even got to the actual section on superpowers yet. So this game is divided to minor powers and major powers. Doesn't need to be. Some of the powers are dumb. Most of the powers are awesome. So okay, so blah blah blah. You know what I'm looking for, right? All right, here we go. Flame powers. Flame powers. So I use this as the example all the time when I talk about how awesome this game is and how it is such a great source for information. And the example I give whenever I talk about this game is, of course, in reference to every other superhero role-playing game that doesn't give you a lot of explanation for what you can and can't do with the powers, like flame power. Basically, it tells you how much damage your flame causes. It doesn't even give you like, okay, what's the percent chance that if I use my flame powers, it sets the curtains on fire? No, it's usually a line or two, if that, for most systems. Heroes Unlimited decided to go the other direction. They decided to ask questions and then present the answers to the questions for the powers. They went into the research, they went into the design theory. They really thought about, okay, what can I do with this power and what possible scenarios would come with this power? What if it's the Thanksgiving special and the flame using character has to whip up the food really quick? People are like, that would never happen in a role playing game. And I'd be like, dude, there's tons of comic books where just are slice of life episodes. X-Men Christmas, where Wolverine has to carve the turkey with his claws and so and so. So, how much heat would the flame using superhero have to make if they had to cook the turkey in the emergency? No other game covers that. Every other role playing game just thinks, oh, that'll never come up. Heroes Unlimited goes, no, let's actually look. Let's just see how hot the character could get. What happens when the character reaches that heat? So he goes like, oh, blah, 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 140 degrees Fahrenheit, 700 degrees Fahrenheit, all these different thoughts. And they do this for almost every one of the powers, especially the energy powers. How much ice can I make? Is there a limit? Can I use it just to make ice cubes? Or is it, how cold can I, ice skate? What can't I do with my powers? Because Heroes Unlimited says, okay, let's think about every possible question that a wacko like the OGGM might come up with to throw at the system. Because I'm the kind of guy who would go, can I do this with my power? It doesn't say in the description. But this is a real life scenario, and this is a real life scenario that if I had this power in real life, I'd be like, can I do this? Can I use my heat powers to cook a turkey? Can I use my ice powers to control the temperature of drinks? What exactly can I shift him to? And, what can a bumblebee? What's the difference between a bee and a bumblebee beetle? I can't remember the name. I've got insect control. How many insects can I control? What kind of insects can I control? What's the difference between bees and stag beetles and scorpions? Heroes Unlimited goes, here you go. Here's a whole section on insects. So you know exactly what each insect you summon can and can't do. There's like just it is overstimulating. It is overwhelming. It is amazing how much just good chunky information is in here. I would say that if you are running any game where questions might come up of what I can and can't do with my power, be it, psychic powers, magic powers, or superhero powers. If you're running superheroes, I would always say, dude, cut and paste the stuff from Heroes Unlimited into your system because they've done so much work. Again, why do I do so much research on my product? You know, why is there 2 or 3 pages of references that I've consulted? Heroes Unlimited. Heroes Unlimited made me go, okay, what can I do? Where does this come from? Is this feasible? How much does this weigh? Even if the people never use the links, I want to present them because I never want it to be said, I didn't look this up. I didn't do my due diligence. And Paladium did the due diligence. I can't say enough about the amount of information that's in this product. It is so good. If it wasn't just wrapped around in such a spongy cake of just horrible editing and wasted words and just too much, and it is just all over the place. And I mean, do I really need to know? I mean, I love the fact that you included a complete character record sheet for every single insect you could think of, but do I really need to know this much space wasted to know exactly what each one of these insects can do? Was there a way to present this in a more edible manner? We don't waste a page describing one frickin' bug. Again, here you go. Here's another one. A whole entire super page, a whole one superpower for a page, 2 pages almost. I love that. I love that you thought of every possible scenario. On the other hand, does it need this much information? Is there a way to say the same thing without taking up 2 pages? You know, never use 7 words when you could use 5. Nope, my phone's ringing. Hello? Yes, that's me.
Hi, Michael. It's Jasmine calling from Editorial House. You were scheduled tomorrow with the Botox with Dr. Land at 11:30.
Yes. Yes.
But unfortunately, we don't have Botox.
Okay, so should we reschedule, or are you just going to call me when you have it in stock?
I'm going to call you when I have it in stock if you don't mind.
Not at all. Okay, thank you.
So I'll be calling you. Hopefully we get it by this week, but if not, I will call you and move you in for next week, okay?
All right, thank you very much.
Okay, thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay, so my meds are in and I need them. That's fun. All right. Well, so, what can I say? I mean, I've already said this a lot. Just blah, blah, blah. I feel like I'm repeating myself at this point, but you can just see. Just so much. Maybe too much. Heroes Unlimited is one playtest, one rewrite away from being one of the best ever for pure information alone. Playability, the system is a mess. I mean, there is a system in there, and if you spend the time to actually read it, you go, okay, yeah. But at first look, you're like, oh God, no, it's a mess. It's a mess. I don't know how many times I could say it's a mess. I love it. I love it, but it's a fucking mess. It just needs another rewrite, another editing, but it is always in my top 5. Would it be my go-to superhero role-playing game in a nuclear disaster if I could only take one with me? No. But if I was playing or running supers and I needed to look up, can I do this with my electricity? Okay, can I do the light bulb trick with my electricity powers? I'd look it up and go, oh yeah, Heroes Unlimited, they've done the research. So yeah. If you want to pick up your own copy of Heroes Unlimited, use the link down below to go directly to drive-thru, pick up a copy. And if you use my link, well, I get a small percentage of what you purchase, so that it helps me out. The holidays are coming up, and if you're feeling generous and want to toss a coin to your Witcher, support the OGGM and Steve the Cat, you could use my link to go to the Ko-Fi. You could buy my product on drive-thru, links down below, all of which are marked down for the holidays. It's a great time to jump on board that OGGM Express. And if you can't, well, thanks for hanging out with me this morning. and just being awesome. Hopefully the rest of the day will be fun for you and you're safe and happy and etc. Blah, 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 blah. Happy holidays. Get off my land.
Monsters lurking in the night. Heroes ready for the fight. Dice are clattering on the wood. Storylines misunderstood.